the new normal. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but it does take you out of, from a fundraising standpoint, you're not in campaign and out of campaign. You're up there 24/7, 365 days a year. You can be asking, you could be telling stories, you can be making things happen regardless of whether or not you're officially in your annual campaign or whatever. You're unlimited by time or location, and this is a big deal for camps, because you have alumni, and by alumni I mean people who went to your camp at some point or another and have some connection to you, however tenuous. Now it's hard, where do they live? We don't know. Are they even in the same country? Are they in a part of this state? Where are they? Well, it doesn't matter. If they come to your Facebook page, they're with you. They're on your location right now. They're on your terms, and they're engaging with you, which is a great tool. You didn't have that 5 years ago. You really didn't. You had a mail list 5 years ago. Now you have a way that very quickly can get you some insight into what they're into as well as what you're into. It's directed by the user, not you. WISE are very high control. This is our campaign. These are our volunteers. We train them, and they will speak what we tell them to say. It doesn't quite work that way in the new normal, right? People love you, and they say things that are actually not quite right, but they do love you. So you sometimes have to say, okay, great. Now let me just help you work on how you said that, because that wasn't quite accurate, right? But I love the enthusiasm. Good job, guys. It's interactive, and it's changing. Again, we're talking about tools here today. A year from now, it could be different tools. Resign yourself to that fact. Doesn't start and end with Facebook. A word about Foursquare. I've already told you my one concern about Foursquare, which is kind of that it is sort of personally I'm a little conflicted about it. But here's an example of, this is the Downtown Seattle YMCA, who use Foursquare quite effectively. Now, Downtown Seattle YMCA, high technology, adoption among their user base, right? So this makes sense that they do this. But Foursquare has this little thing where the person you check in every time you go somewhere, and if you've checked in the most in this period of time, they make you the mayor of Foursquare. It's kind of a silly little, or a mayor of that location on Foursquare. The Downtown Y there has really taken advantage of that and said, all right, hey, thanks for coming to our Y so much. Let me give you a free month of membership. Now, for your campers, for your summer camp, I have to admit, I don't see a direct connection. But for your conferences, for your Indian guide groups who come by, for groups that are maybe around, if they were to check in, is there a way you can reward them for that? Is there a way you can recognize them for that? Is there a little spiff, a little silly recognition you give them at dinner? Something like that to just say, hey, thank you for telling everybody about camp because you're here for the weekend with your daughter with Indian princesses or whatever the case may be. So I think there's some interesting things there. I don't think it's the cornerstone of your strategy, however.